they've certainly got a lot of fans coming into this one, but EUnited are coming into this series after a frankly dismal performance last Saturday. Turtle were coming into this one, and what have they got to do to turn it around?
It's gonna be rough, Shogun. And I missed your voice, by the way. I just wanted to let you know. It's been a minute, and I missed you, man. And I think it's gonna be tough though. EUnited, they looked so rough the previous few weekends. It's been pretty abysmal, like you said. And Soniqs, it's an interesting topic because I also feel like Soniqs, this is going to be a tough matchup for them, strictly because this is actually a pressure situation. We heard Gibbs talk about it. There's a lot on the line. 4 teams, I believe he said, would make regional playoffs. This is crazy. And Soniqs, they came into the season as underdogs. Nobody expected anything from them, and now the pressure is on. The question is, how are they going to deal with that mentally? I'm excited to find out.
Actually, that's a great point that you bring up there, Turtle, because at the very beginning of the season, they had the players rank all of the teams. Soniqs were last in that player rankings. And throughout this entire season, they have proven everybody wrong. Throughout the first week, it was like, okay, you might be something here. We get to now, though. They are for real. They are a real threat to everybody they play against.
Yeah, I mean, it's that transition game that they do so well. They're going to get stuck on defense a lot of the time, Soniqs, but that's exactly what they want you to think. They want you to think that you have them in a trap and you're ready to capitalize, and then you get too eager, and then they transition the ball and catch you in a counterattack. Dapper, his pass is on point. We're going to see a lot of great plays from them this series.
Over here in the UK, we like to call them the landmine team. And that's exactly how they are in both results and how they like to play. Soniqs against EUnited. So much on the line here in this game. Who is going to be able to take it? We're starting off here with Soniqs on the offensive side of the field. If you look around the entire pitch. Now, Dapper was brought up as a major player to watch, especially by James Bott. But over on the EUnited side, Turtle, who do we need to look out for? Who can be their difference maker?
For me, it is all on Ajax. I thought that the 3-0 against Rogue came down to Ajax's 50-50s and his offensive pressure. Every time this man would go up for a midfield challenge, he would destroy the defender on the 50-50 challenge and completely win out, setting up his teammates so many times. It happened multiple occasions in the corner. Ajax, he's got to be winning these challenges and setting up his teammates if they want to win as EUnited.
EUnited are putting good pressure on to start us off. Straight into middle. Shock will be completely unchallenged. Dapper up. And Ajax lays off the Rolders over in the corner. Rolders over to Hoxer. Lovely little passing play to remove the pressure. Silky smooth from EUnited. Now it's going to be Dapper's turn. Hasn't got many options to try and pass to, but Hoxer is very acutely aware of the danger that was lurking behind him. Safu hunting for a demo, hunting for a goal this time around. Both teams, pretty positive starts actually so far. Neither willing to hold back.
Yeah.
Off the backboard. Jack's just tipping up again. This looks like it's going to be the first chance to come over for Soniqs, and they make the most of it.
Shock, this man can hit a shot from any angle. He goes off the corner wall, flips his car upside down, beats out Roldiz, who you would assume he'd be a little bit faster on the play, given the fact that his position is so much better. But Shock, he's so fast in the air, beats him out, and gets a nice first goal here to start out Soniqs' offensive pressure.
You look at his positioning, he has no right to be scoring from that angle. He should be either going backboard or straight down for the pass. He says nah to all of those current ideas. Just put it straight on target. And it was an absolute barn burner of a shot.
And what I love about the Soniqs roster is the fact that they can do it all. They can go for the demo plays. They can get the passing plays. They've got Shock to do these amazing 1v1 shooting plays and dribbles. Safu's there for some cleanups. Everything is great. But what off the backboard? How did this go in?
It's one of those ones. It looked so weird. I'm assuming it's not going to get any weirder or less weird. Yep, Hoxer with a double tap. Not too sure how much he intended it. I'm not too sure how much he cares.
I mean, he went for the flip on the challenge and ended up getting a double touch. That was fortunate, but also perfectly timed.
Back you. Running for more cars, and that just skids by the front of the goal. Hoxer taking control now. The annoying thing about trying to challenge somebody on the wall is that you've got to be there so early, otherwise they've got all of the advantage. Ajax up the wall. Shock immediately in. Dapper hunting for more demos. The whole of Soniqs are very, very keen to try and demo players led on the goal line.
Yeah.
EUnited, though, spotted so far. Now the Shock. Off the backboard, he's looking to follow, and he's gonna nail it!
Shock looking for another player of the day, MVP. Shock off the backboard. He reads it better than the defender again. That's his second goal of this first game, where he just has such a better position on the ball than the defender, and it goes his way. Shock, you can't stop him.
Both teams now trading goals. Ajax to try and get his team back into it. Not the height on that play that he was after. Safu wins the challenge. Rolled it. It's going to be awkward for him. Has to play it early. Knew Safu wanted the demo, and Shock couldn't get over the top of the ball. Follow it will be enough, though.
I love this touch from Shock. He could have easily gone for the attempt on getting a goal above the ball, but he knew the probability of getting that shot and landing is so much harder. Instead, he trusts Dapper 100%, pops it above the net intentionally to set him up. Even with an open net, that decision-making right there is just pristine.
It really does show the sort of the mindset that we've got at the moment from Soniqs. This whole weekend, I would describe the Rocket League we saw as timid in a bit of a way. A lack of confidence in trying to go for the big plays. Soniqs are a goal up, and they say to themselves, that's not enough. We want another one, and we're going to send all 3 of our players to do it. This might be number 4.
And Soniqs, I mean, they're selfless with the way they move the ball down the field, which I love. I mean, even there in that instance, we saw a great pass when Shock, a great striker, could have gone for a shot.
Dapper taking 2 players out, but Oxer can recover off the ceiling. Rolled is also an option to pass to. Going to be awkward to play, and a second touch removes the danger. Not quite what Roldis was after. Now already up. Safu can't quite beat Roldis to the ball, but another second touch. It seems like they got so lucky earlier on the goal for a second touch that they've lost it ever since.
Yeah, I think they're just hoping that maybe they can get another challenge to go that way. But if you're relying on weird hits and awkward challenges, you're not going to get a great result against the Soniqs roster, who is looking unbeatable.
Especially when you get players that are sitting so deep like Soniqs are. They are not in any rush to try and force the pace here. Inside the field, Hoxer, he's going to have to try and do it all by himself, but Dapper's already there to the ball. I'll probably win the challenge. 30 seconds on the clock. Played already out. Dapper sees the double commit. Safu's got all the time to try and set something up. Instead, plays him straight to the corner. Looks for a double tap. Would have been enough to finish off the game. Still, nonetheless, EUnited with all the work to do and none of the time to do it. Ajax goes backboard, wants the double tap, and Dapper is a step ahead. Clears the danger and might just clear his team way to gaining game number 1. Soniqs, they were predicted to be the team to win this, and now they look like the team to beat, dominating game 1.
I mean, you can just see they're so calm and collected, and a lot of these hits and clears have just been purposely stalling all the time, just hitting a moonball back and forth. This team knows when they can switch the light switch and just go instantaneously aggressive, and whenever they can just pull it back. They're so versatile, and I love watching them play. Soniqs, a great first showing here in game 1. EUnited, I mean, we didn't really see anything with potential. Hoxer, he got that flip goal off the backboard. That's about it. We didn't see any other possible setups. No real great 50-50s or even challenges from Ajax that I wanted to see. And Rolled is none of his usual cleanups.
No, absolutely not. EUnited just seems second best at everything in that last game. On the Sonic side, however, they've got to be very, very happy with how that game went down. But if we're looking at EUnited, it's almost too simple from what they're doing at the moment. It's very paint-by-numbers Rocket League. You can't afford to do that at this part of the season. It's getting more and more on the line. And with a team like Soniqs, who are doing such a good job of spotting what is going on around them, you need to start offering a few more options.
Yeah, and that could possibly be, you know, implementing a demo. So I'll say it all the time. You know, if something isn't working, just throw the playbook out the window. Go for something else. You can see Soniqs, they're constantly bouncing back and forth between game styles, strategies. It goes for demos. You go for passing. You got the solo plays. EUnited, we're not even seeing an original game plan. They're just kind of moving the ball around as best they can, waiting for a mistake. You have to take initiative and maybe go for some solo plays and some great passing.
Absolutely. So coming into game number 2, Soniqs took the first one and they took it looking like the dominant team. What have EUnited got in terms of a response? There was a few double commits last time. We're seeing one to start off this game as well. EUnited need to get onto the same page and need to do it quickly. Dapper. It's the ball up high. Not going to be a follow-up except for himself. And the Sonics have been very good at it. They don't try to overcommit to plays that aren't really on.
Yeah.
Zafu plays the ball high. I knew he was going to be as far as Hoxer, but Hoxer, quite awkward for him to get to. Now Ajax and Roldis both get together, but Zafu barrels his way back, and that was very slow from EUnited, it has to be said. They had a very small period of time where they had the advantage. They didn't make anything of it.
Yeah, and they just let Zafu get in the middle of that passing play, which was a great initiative from him. But like you said, Shogun, it was too slow. I think they need to prioritize speed, getting an earlier flick on so they can beat out the challenges of anybody from Sonic.
Drop down. Dapper, unchallenged this entire time. Roldis pushes it straight into his own corner. And Dapper accidentally puts it to the other side of the field. Now a chance to be created. Hoxer off the side. Dapper's also jumped. Set up. Here comes Ajax!
Oh.
And Zafu gets himself in the way. Roldis is low on boost.
What?
And they don't score it! Zafu blasts his shot above the crossbar. We move to the other side of the field. Shock. Lovely flick from him. Over to the corner. And Roldis smothers the ball. But a huge opportunity goes to waste.
And there were bumps on the play. Zafu had that initial save. I don't think he would have had the second one. Roldis missed the open net, basically. And now they walk away empty-handed.
Infield pass. Shock's not getting any of that. Roldis clears it, but now can he follow it up? Off the corner. EUnited. Well, they didn't score earlier on. It is still 0-0. There's nothing to worry about. They drop down into the middle, and they are creating better opportunities than they did last game.
Yeah.
Roldis has the boost stolen from him, and Dapper again. So often Sonics are looking to try and take out the defender, and almost led to a goal. Just really being a nuisance. Hoxer's not even close to that ball. Probably got called off. That's all I can assume. Roldis tries to get through traffic. Hoxer with the tab down, and Roldis is wrestling Shock into the back of the net, but still unable to get that goal.
But everything looking so much better for EUnited. They're implementing more physical plays. They've changed it up a little bit, and you can see there's more panicked positioning from a lot of Sonics. They're kind of running around the field trying to get that organization there. It's really hard to beat Sonics in terms of their position and their awareness. But so far, Ajax, he's got an air dribble over Zafu, gets blocked out, and Shock's there for the clear.
Definitely like the idea, though. EUnited looking much better in this game. This time it's Sonics. This looks like a more typical performance for them, where they're on the back foot. Ajax takes the ball, but he can't keep his momentum going. This shot going to be very difficult to deal with. Thankfully, they've got Hox on the backboard. Didn't get a touch he was after, though. It's going to require Roldis. Only as far as the midfield. That's a lot of boost use. Huge demo! And those plays are just running roughshod over EUnited.
This is what won the series earlier for Sonics, was Dapper crashing the net, getting a great demo on the field, opening up space. Everybody is just gone. You can't do nothing about it. Dapper, a great awareness play from him. I mean, everything for Sonics, whenever they get turtled up, whenever they're forced on the back foot, they don't let up, even with pressure on them.
Demo play has been coming out over and over again. EUnited unable to find an answer. Gonna be on target. EUnited now playing on the back foot as we head into our final minutes. Roldis trying to get up the wall. Shock should be following up pretty quickly. He's got it ball past a few players. Good clear, though. Midfield being held by Sonics. Now Zafu, that's on target. No, it's not quite. Hoxer just wants to make sure of it anyway. Plays the ball into the midfield. And he's won the challenge. This is huge now for EUnited. They've got to hold Sonics in this side of the field and make something of it. But Zafu with the challenge might be able to find a way out. No, not quite. Roldis with the follow. Off the
speed.
backboard. Dapper jump!
That's it.
And it will be scored!
You talked about it earlier, Shogun. You need to be faster on that initial challenge, and Roldis listened. He was so speedy to get up to that ball, beat out Dapper in the backfield, and that's what opened up everything for Hoxer to crash the net. A really crystal clear play, and now we've got some heat started for EUnited.
Hoxer up to the corner. Can beat Zafu. EUnited looking to capitalize. Hoxer, lip reset. Couldn't manage to kick. Getting contact with the ball. Lovely win there from Shock. Dapper didn't get the boost. Not going to mind, though. Safi plays the ball far side. And Dapper is just making... This reminds me of the old-school Barcelona team. It's something that we saw them start to do a lot during last year, very early on, where they would just make a sweeping play. His Shock on target. 13 seconds remaining. Is that going to be enough?
I mean, speaking of sweeping plays, Dapper sweeps this ball all the way across to Shock. They've been a great duo all season long. The synergy has been building. It's been a delight to watch, and that's a solid goal. Back and forth. They got the demo play earlier and now a passing one. What can Soniqs not do at this point?
Shock. Maybe the last opportunity. Ajax has to win the challenge. Gets a second touch, but that's only pulled Hoxer out of position. Daffy with the air dribble, that'll kill all the time.
That's it.
And there's no way Dapper's going to see that go anywhere else other than the floor. Soniqs, one game away.
And it was getting a little bit close there. EUnited found a little bit of momentum, some solid speed going forward with their aggression and the way they position themselves. But things were just unbreakable for Soniqs. And really, I didn't even get panicked at all because we see this so much where they get forced on the defensive side. They're so patient. They don't ever freak out too much on the field. And even last game, we saw them always on the aggressive side, always on the offensive side. In this game, they were pushed back in their defensive end. They're comfortable everywhere on the field. They've just been able to do it all. They've got Dapper going for demos. Shock has been doing amazing with his shooting accuracy. And Sathu has actually been really strong on the defensive side with his challenges. I'm looking to see if they can continue that here in Game 3 and actually close out this series. They are a newer RLCS team, so maybe closing out a series and fighting that pressure will be difficult. Let's see if they've got what it takes.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last season with Mouse just how difficult it is to start securing your spots at different stages of this competition. Soniqs is their first time in this situation. How will they react? We are in game number 3, and Soniqs find themselves on defense to start off the game. Dapper, though, he has been stalwart throughout this entire series. Looks for those demos already and opens up the gap. Soniqs continue exactly where they left off.
My goodness, Dapper, he got the first demo, and if that wasn't enough, he actually went for the second man rotating back. I don't even think he would have had time to get there, but he just wanted to kill him for security reasons only. Dapper, he has been just a pillar of success for this Soniqs roster.
It feels like if you're EUnited and you're still on the field, it is an insult as there's another demo, another goal. Soniqs, we were talking all about pressure. We were talking that this was going to be difficult. They laugh in the face of all of it.
The demos back and forth. Sathu this time actually gets the demo, and then he turns around off a great clear from Shock. That clear was just a huge boomer to the other side. Sathu got the demo. Everything looking perfect for Soniqs.
Here we go now. The hard bit is getting the goals. Now they've got to try and keep hold of them. Hoxer straight across the side. Safi already there, and Dapper might already be through. Low on boost, though, and tripped up by Roldiz. EUnited punched in the mouth in the opening minute. They've got to get themselves grounded again and figure out what to do. There are no more second chances. They have to win this game. Safi towards the wall. Ajax knows better than try and challenge. Safi looks to go the entire length of the pitch. At least forces a save. Roldiz by himself. Can't quite get control of the ball. Dapper dives straight in. Shock might have an opportunity for a shot. No need to try and risk it right now, especially when you're on such low boost. United. I'm almost shocked by just the way this game has started. No,
yeah, definitely.
No real rest period for Soniqs at all. They came straight into this, all guns blazing.
And it was Dapper, but here's a good pass back and forth. That's the first spark of confidence that we've seen so far from EUnited, just that initial passing play. We want to see more of that, but Shock, he's just stuffing everybody on the field, and even more 50-50s are won from Soniqs.
There's Sapu off the backboard. Roldiz already there. Hoxer now. Good flick from him, takes Dapper out of the play, but there's Shock. There's the thing now about those dribble plays. You know, most teams happy to try and commit their first player as long as it makes it for the player behind them incredibly easy. Here's Safu, tries to force Hoxer out, and Hoxer gets good contact. Rodis is determined to get this demo. He wants to give the receipt over to Soniqs, but they've just never quite been there. He's chasing shadows with some of these demo attempts.
I mean, he's trying to get revenge. It's a common thing to see a lot of these physical plays and have the team who got demoed try and respond with that same play style, but it's never nearly as effective.
He's a chase down. Our boost wants to play though over Boxer. 2.5 minutes, half the game gone now. EUnited have only had one good opportunity on net, and even that didn't get shot on target. Try and find something to do with the ball. Shock taking his time and taking about 70 boost out of his own tank. That is a fantastic challenge again by Dapper. I don't think he's lost many of them this series.
Yeah. I mean, so far, Soniqs, it's crazy because they can be so aggressive, so physical with the double demos, and then Sathu getting a single demo as well off a huge clear. And they can also just sit back and say, you know what, if you want space, we'll give it to you. We'll lean back a little bit, and we'll be perfectly fine in goal.
100 seconds now. Roldiz with the drop. Ajax! He's got 2 players in front of him. Shock gets the credit. And Dapper just removes the danger, and so many players committed from EUnited means that they couldn't scoop the ball up and immediately put it back into a dangerous position. United just can't really find much of anything right now. Soniqs happy to soak up the pressure. Send them in this sort of play style when it's 0-0. You can only imagine how comfortable they're going to be now that they're 2-0 up. There's Ajax across the face of the net, and again it's Dapper.
Some solid passing back and forth EUnited, but they're just not fast enough. We want to see better speed from Hoxer right here. He's got a double touch in the corner. What's he going to do with it? A big miss, but Ajax is there for the finish, and a great first start here, finally in Game 3.
Hold on. Here we go. Hoxer not getting contact was probably the best thing for this play. Everybody started to crowd around looking to try and take the ball afterwards. And here we go, 57 seconds on the clock. EUnited going to scramble to try and get themselves a goal.
But is it too late?
Not only that, they've got to get a goal and they've got to get another one after that. So much against them. We're going to look to try and make it happen. Shock loses the ball. Ajax has got 2 players out of the field now, but 14 boost, not enough to beat Dapper to the ball. Here's Shock. Blast the ball high. Nobody on that backboard means it's going to be so hard to try and transition.
Nobody's up.
Sathu looks to finish it. Everybody jumping. Dapper actually goes in, and he gets contact. If he didn't do that, it was going to leave their defense in a 2v1. Sathu, though, might have just sealed it.
EUnited have been forced time and time again in these awkward situations. Soniqs, beautiful rotations around the ball, hammering the net, shot after shot. This is perfect play from Soniqs. Everything we want to see. 20 seconds left. They've pretty much got it secured here, unless there's some magic that EUnited haven't showed us yet.
Magic is not going to be on this side of the field for them. Final 10 now. Another demo just for good measure. As if they have not been beaten down enough on the demo front. Here's Sathu. Plenty of time on the clock for him to wind down. Dapper pushes the corner. 0 seconds will confirm it. Soniqs take the series.
Wow.
And it will be G2, Space Station Gaming, NRG, and Soniqs confirmed for playoffs.